Greetings, Lux lovers. Welcome back. Here we believe in intentional luxury and we're not afraid to invest in pieces that will work for us. So if that resonates with you, then please consider subscribing and stay a while. Well, today I have a good old-fashioned Hermes unboxing for you of this special piece that I've waited 5 months to add to my collection. And then I'll share with you why I brought my shoulder Birkin 29 back to Hermes and where that stands. So grab that fancy Hermes mug of tea and let's begin. All right, so here we are. If you know this box, you know what it is. I have my 2025 ribbon. Two dust bags. I can't wait to see these. Okay, and I got, whoa, look at that! These are the Carmen women's sandals in metallic Napa lambskin in champagne and gris argent. These are so beautiful. I'm just trying to take a look. Oh my gosh. So some of you eagle-eye viewers out there might know that this appeared in my Paris vlog when I went to the FSH store in April earlier this year. And I was kind of like running around all over town trying to go to the multiple Hermes stores. But I took a quick picture of like kind of the shoe section, all the other sections, and I never went back. But these have been living rent-free in my brain since April. I'm gonna take the other one out and I'll just give you all the details. And these are elusive, like absolutely. So let's look at that. Check out this beautiful braiding of these sandals. And admittedly, this is like very off season. And you can see my nails with my gold Chanel nail polish. But I love metallic leather. And Hermes has really just been leaning in, first with doré last year and argent or silver this year. So when I came back from Paris, I went to my SA and I was asking her about these. And I didn't have any kind of product number, but I did see something called the Carmen sandal on the website. However, it only came in heels and it did have this multicolor and then it was gone. So I think that it was sold out. So my essay basically explained to me that they just didn't buy the flat version for her store. And it wasn't online, so I just thought that maybe the US didn't buy them. However, I was recently in the Atlanta, Georgia store in the Phipps Plaza Mall, very beautiful mall, and I saw these. I like had to give a double take because I was like, oh my gosh, they're in the US. And I had never seen them before. Here is the bottom, made in Italy. And I just can't stop looking at these. I definitely will try these on. I'll do some mod shots, but I'll give you the close-up. Look at that detail. So each of these is like an individual beautiful braid of, I'm assuming just braided Napa leather. The yellow gold is the champagne and the silver tone is the gris argent because argent is silver in French. And these were expensive, guys. These were over $2,000, I think maybe $2,300, but that's with the tariffs on top for the US. But look at that craftsmanship. Oh my gosh. Like all of these individual braids and then all of those braids coming together. I really love Hermes buckles because they are kind of curved. So it makes putting the buckles on extremely easy. Here's that back in that beautiful champagne gold color, and they're flat, so they have a little bit of like a rubber on the back so you don't slip to your death. But there is no rubber on the front, which I kind of wish they did. Unclear or not whether or not I'm going to put extra soles on this, but right now that is gorgeous. So I'll put these here. As I was saying, I was in Georgia and I saw these and I couldn't believe it. And as you've seen in my previous video about practicing Hermes hygiene, I'm definitely getting more disciplined about making sure that all my spend goes through my essay at home. So when I went home, I sent her the pictures and I actually took a picture of the underside of the shoe so that we could finally get the code. I will put that picture up above in case you're interested in these. But I was like, I really want these. And she said that there's only 3 in the US. One was actually in the Williamsburg, Brooklyn location. So I got a charge send from there to my home and the rest is history. Now these are mine And another tip for Hermes shoppers is once you see something, you never know if it's gonna come back. It's not like these are going to be annual. So it's possible I'll see them on the pre-loved market in like 5 years, all torn up and broken, if at all. And that's why I just knew I had to purchase them, even though the price is a little high. But at this point, I know myself and I am not a heel wearer. So I figured I would get a ton of use out of these. They definitely are more spring, summer, and I'm okay with that. However, I feel like the nature of them in this metallic almost gives it a very festive atmosphere. So I could definitely see myself wearing this to like a company holiday party. And I also really like that ankle strap. And I feel like the ankle straps, at least on my dainty ankles, looks really good. So I just felt like this was such a win. I cannot wait to try these on. And you know I love mixing my metals, so a mixed metal shoe was just in order. I'm so happy these are in my collection. And if you're enjoying yourself so far, I'd love for you to consider subscribing. If you like extreme luxury product close-ups, thoughtful commentary, and Hermes unboxings practically every other week, then you've come to the right place. All right, let's talk about the shoulder Birkin. So a few weeks ago, I shared my unboxing of my shoulder Birkin Light 29 and my in-depth review of it. And I shared that mine had some creasing in the corners. And while I was able to massage it out and have temporary relief, I did notice that if I pulled the bag out, the creases would kind of come back. It definitely began to bother me, especially when I saw, the creases in the back and that my massaging just wouldn't hold over time. Additionally, I saw that the bottom of the bag, because it's so long, it's like east-west, it was like bowing in a way. And so the bottoms of the feet underneath the Birkin weren't actually touching the tabletop evenly. So I felt like on those grounds, I could bring it back and have them take a look. And I'm definitely not qualified to bend the bag back to life. So I just wanted the professional artisans to deal with it. And I also looked to see online if this is a systemic problem with the bag, like maybe because it's a new model, I figured the artisans are just kind of like learning how to bring it back into the year 2025. And I did notice that on Tamara's recent post, she recently did a campaign and she had her shoulder Birkin out too. I thought that even hers looked a little lumpy. However, I definitely didn't see creasing in the corners like mine. So that just further made me want to talk to my SA about it. So I did decide to bring it back. When I was coming in store to buy these, I did give her a heads up that like, hey, I want to bring in my shoulder Birkin, show you some creasing, get your thoughts. And my SA was definitely towing the party line because she would definitely not admit that there was anything faulty. However, she connected me to the after sales woman that was at my boutique who I never talked to before. But she did say that there was some merit to my concern. So they literally took my bag then and there. I didn't have the box. I just like handed over the bag. They did email me back a kind of receipt, like an order number or a ticket number, so that I could track my bag's progress. And they said that they would have to send it off to Paris. And that's okay because I spent so much on it that, I'm not bothered about how long it will take. I just want to make sure that the bag I have is at least, approved and sanctioned and that the artisans took a look and professionally determined that it's okay. And even if they do bring it back and do nothing to it, I'm okay. I'm at peace because I feel like I'll have that bag and use it a long time. So it might crease anyway. I just don't want out the gate to have anything wrong with it. And I would love for them to even it out a little. And I don't even know if they have to like take the bag apart and sew it back together. Best case, they would give me a new one, but I know that those are super hard to come by. But it would be great to get a replacement bag. So anyway, subscribe if you'd like to see how Hermes resolves this over time because I'm super curious too. But I do know that it definitely took some joy out of using the bag. Every time I would take a picture of it and I would see those creases, like my eyes would just go straight to it. And after just like a few weeks of having it, it already looked like a 20-year-old bag. But it's nice to know that Hermes really stands by their products, and I'm just saying don't be afraid to bring it in. Even if they were going to charge me to fix it, I would probably pay. So that's it. My new baby is off to Paris, back again. And then it will come back. They did say that they would expedite it. So I took some before pictures. And so when it comes back in, we'll do some before and after comparisons. And so fingers crossed that they're able to fix it. So thank you to those who've stayed with me to the end. Let us know in the comments if you've ever used Hermes after sales care and how it went. I welcome you to follow me on Instagram if you'd like to see more of how I style these babies in my day-to-day and other luxury moments. If you've enjoyed this video, I invite you to go down the rabbit hole that is my luxury unboxing playlist, and I'll put that link here. Please like it if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!